Now, you seem to be like one of the biggest beneficiaries of UFC purchasing Strikeforce, seeing that you'd be able to fight a lot of the lightweight fighters. Now, there are some casualties with the women division with Strikeforce. What do you feel about women fighters and, you know, women in the MMA?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, I haven't really sat back and really thought about how anyone else felt, really, because I've been more, selfish. It's, it's business a little bit, man, thinking about that, like, that is a bummer, because I am a fan of the women. I think they're great fighters, and I've seen it expanding and growing, and especially Chris Cyborg. I mean, she proved, that women can fight, and some of the other 135-pound girls, like Misha Tate, Marlis Conan, they're coming up. Sarah Kaufman. And I see the women's the women's MMA evolving, and I see like girls getting as good as Cyborg. The Cyborg is just before her time right now. There's gonna be a lot of girls like Cyborg that great in the future. But are we going to see a stop in it and not see the women evolve anymore? It's kind of a bummer if that's the case. But I'm just a fan of good MMA fighters, and and I want to see everyone. It's an amazing sport, and I want to see the girls to continue doing what they're doing. And I hope it doesn't affect them. I hope they can keep it, but we'll see.
Okay. Now, what is your prediction on the GSP versus Jake Shields fight?
I think Jake Shields is about to shock the world. I think. He's feeling really tough, and I see him, and he's an amazing guy, an amazing fighter, and I think it's his time. People don't understand, like Jake has very good awareness inside the cage when you fight him, just such great timing, and his instinct is amazing, and people don't understand like the element of surprise. Locking up with Jake Shields for the first time, they're gonna say, "Oh shit, that's what they're talking about." You know what I mean? A lot of guys I've seen him train with, he's tapped them out 5 times in one round, and then, obviously after that element surprise is over, they can not get caught as much and eventually only get caught once, and do that. And I've seen him from years, you know what I mean? But GSP has never locked horns with him, and I think he's going to know, oh, this is exactly what people are talking about. And GSP, to me, he's an amazing fighter and he's great, but he like, I don't even think he likes to call it fighting sometimes. I think he likes to consider it like a chess match and that, and and us, our style is we keep it dirty, and we like to, we're smart fighters, but we fight to win and we fight to finish. GSP has controlled, I think he's won every round of his last 5 fights, so like 30 rounds straight he's won or something like that, or 6 fights even. So like I think someone like Jake ain't gonna let that happen. He's gonna make it a fight, and he's gonna get dirty, and it's gonna be it can be an exciting fight. It's definitely no easy task, you know what I mean? And probably people think I'm full of shit or something, but no, I genuinely believe we're gonna be probably all in the hospital fighting our ways out of the Toronto stadium after Jake beats him. We might have to be back to back. Like, oh no. But yeah, man, I'm really excited for him, and I think it's his time, and I'm really proud of him, and he's like a big brother to me. So it's amazing to see this. I mean, like, I never believed it. So for some reason he knew since like 8 years ago that this was gonna happen one day, and I just went along with the ride because it was fun, and now I see where it's at today, and I'm excited for him, and it's amazing,
Now, you've had a kind of a long layoff. What have you been doing? Because the last time I talked to you was before I think you had fought Josh. So what you've been doing since then?
Well, I think I've been recovering. I fought 4 times in 12 months, and for me that's a high pace. I like to fight about 4 times in a year, and then like take about like 7 months off or 8 months off. It turned out to be about a year. This time I wish I fought by January, but I had my beautiful daughter now. She's like 7.5 months right now, and we got suspended for the full brawl, and then I busted my hand up a little bit too, so some recovery. But honestly, man, just being a father now, juggling that with training and just living my life. But man, I don't stop training. That's all I do. It's kind of like a way of life. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't really have time for hobbies or anything like that. I hang out with my buddies and do stuff. But yeah, training. I've been fighting Nick, Nate, Jake, and a bunch of other guys for free at the gym, putting on shows like that, so that's what I've been doing, and just trying to improve as a fighter as well, and just improving my skills, and I'll be ready.
So how is it being a father? Last time I talked to you, she wasn't here yet. Now she's here. So how is it?
It's awesome. It's an amazing feeling, having a daughter. Just just it's my new priority. I got my 2 girls. I got my fiance Carrie and my daughter Layla Kay. So they're starting to they outweigh me now. You know what I mean? It's 2 against 1 all the time. But it's definitely it's nothing like that's too difficult. But it's just something you have in your life that you got to deal with a little bit more. Sometimes I'm tired. And I gotta, maybe change her because, Carrie's helping out with something else, or Carrie's making me dinner, so I feed her. So, and sometimes she wakes up a little bit at night. So, those are the negatives. But other than that, dude, she's a stress reliever. I love to grab her and hug her and just play with her, and she always smiles. She's a good girl, man. Like it's been a great experience.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for taking the time. And is there anything you want to say to the fans or people following you?
Definitely, man. I just want to thank the fans for supporting me, and I want to thank KNOXX for sure for always supporting me. And yeah, come check me out, man. I'm on a mission. I'm gonna become the #1 fighter by the time my end of my career. I guarantee I'll be the #1 lightweight in the world.
Thank you. And for more information, go to knoxxgear.com.